I saw some fucked up photos of on Twitter because Twitter is so uncensored.
Twitter,
bro.
you have everything. There's videos. They're just gunning people down. Like, you know what it reminded me of?
What's that?
MW2, no Russian.
Oh yeah,
Remember
when you're in
that
the
mission?
airport.
Yeah,
in the airport. Yeah.
That was literally that.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Russia banned that part of the game. We're live, by the way. I'm just getting another beer.
And then they fucking lit the building on fire. They're just like, fuck you. And then they tried to go. Here's the thing. If they find out that Ukraine was behind this, they're fucked.
I think
it was.
I think they said this is the problem with the internet. You don't know what information you're reading is true. I think they said the one dude was Ukrainian, right?
I saw pictures of them. They don't look fucking Taliban.
Ukraine? Oh, you're saying they're not Middle Eastern
of the
or something?
perpetrators, they look white.
So okay? Because I don't know the full story. Do you know enough about the story to explain it to me a bit?
Of what?
This whole
The Russo-Ukrainian war?
No, fuck that war, but like this whole mass murder that just happened.
Yeah, so it was a music hall, Crocus City venue or theater or something like that. That was the place. It got shot the fuck up. And first off, I see this all over X, Twitter, right?
Yeah.
And then I see Alex Jones and Alex I watch Alex Jones segment on it and I'm like, oh fuck. Like, and he's like, I'm scared for my life. Like, what are they doing? Like, and then he's just explaining some shit and I'm like, fuck. And then my heart stopped. I'm like, oh goddamn, like this is the Franz Ferdinand.
Oh no,
You know
World War
I mean?
III?
Yeah. And so then he's explaining himself, and then he's talking about some governor that wants to like have nuclear war, and he's like, if that governor was in front of me, I'd slap the shit out of him. Like, I got kids, you know. Anyway, so now they're saying Islamic State claimed responsibility. The thing is, I don't think it is, and here's the reason why. Islamic State, they have no quarrel with Russia, and the reason they don't is all those Syria and all them. Who are they backed by? Iran.
Right.
And Iran and Brazil and Russia,
Brazil,
they just did this BRICS thing.
Right.
So why would they do that? They
Yeah.
just came into an agreement.
Yeah.
And I gotta take this out.
Yeah.
And Russia has like Dagestan and all that. They're all Muslim there.
Yep.
Like, they have the huge Muslim community. So it just doesn't make sense why they would attack it. And if I was to pick, it's like Ukraine or U.S.
United States.
Something like that. And they're coming in fucking shit up.
So these guys went through it and then they shot up the theater, right? How many people died?
Like 160.
It was a lot of people. I remember
Yeah.
reading it was like 170, 160 people.
It was literally no Russian.
I saw a picture of the one dude. Again, this is all just on Twitter, but I saw pictures of the one guy they captured, the one perpetrator, and his like eye was like popped out of his fucking skull.
Like they beat the shit out of him.
And he was dead, and it was just his corpse. And he was
Oh,
just
really?
laid out, and he was fucking one eye was like bred and popped out. I'm like, is that a real photo? I don't know. Like, I don't even know if that's the guy, but that's a fucked up photo.
I wouldn't be surprised. It probably is a real photo.
It's fucked up like on Twitter, which is great. I agree with it. It's fucked up, but then go on Twitter and you just see whatever the fuck you want. Like, it's fucked.
Uncensored.
It's crazy. It reminds me of the old internet, from when we were younger. You could just go on and just nothing was censored and shit. And they didn't worry about advertisers. You just had the internet.
Yeah. That's how it should be.
That's how it should be. And Twitter is great for that because they don't give a fuck about advertisers.
No.
Right? What did Elon say?
said,
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Give me money. Give me power. He did what's that movie called? The Princess Bride saying.
I don't give a fuck to see ads for Pepsi.
I don't
Anyways.
care either.
Like, I don't give a fuck.
I see ads everywhere else.
Yeah.
They should just make it like Wikipedia free. Although Wikipedia starts asking me to pay them $2 or some bullshit.
I donated
every
once
so
to
often.
Wikipedia.
You did?
Time, yeah. I'm like, I do use this fucking thing a lot. Like 15 years of Wikipedia I've been using it. I gave a few bucks one time.
It's fucking... well, good for you. I think it's annoying. It's like, get out of here.
It's not a sustainable model, though, Like,
Yeah.
Twitter could never do that, like, ask for donation. Like, they need advertisement or paid subscriptions. Paid subscriptions isn't even a sustainable thing either, because look at Netflix. Right.
What do you mean?
Like, Netflix doesn't make enough money from subscriptions to cover all the royalties and everything, right?
I think they do.
That's why they up their prices, and that's why they add
I know that, but like think so. Let's just do some math. I don't have my phone on me, but do some math. So do like $14.99 times what's Netflix's thing, like 300 million.
Let's say it is, yeah. Let's say 200 just to be. Let's say 400 just to be generous. 400 million users.
And this is monthly revenue.
$6 billion.
That's monthly revenue. Yeah, they do. They could, because I wonder that too. I'm like, how can they get all these actors on these movies? And then I start doing the math on this shit. It's like, yeah, that's why.
Yeah, but okay, they spent like 100 million on certain shows alone.
All
like
right,
the production.
They'll make it back next month.
Like, am I wrong? I've been going under this premise that subscriptions, but you're like adding some math, and I'm like, maybe he's right. Hold on. Netflix, profit, because right now they only have subscriptions, and like they have the one that plays ads, right? Or they get rid of that. $7 you have to listen to ads, right? Or is that not a thing anymore?
I don't know. I know Prime is doing this ad bullshit now, which makes no sense because I'm paying for something not to have ads.
Yeah, but you know what? The only difference with Prime is you're not like me personally. Me personally, when I got Prime, it wasn't for TV and music. It was so I could get 1-day shipping for free.
Oh yeah.
So the music and the videos were always just extra bonus, right?
I remember when Prime was just toys and books.
Yeah, it's wild how far Amazon is insane.
Like, and
so you know what? We weren't far off. $5.4 billion US dollars.
Monthly?
What? Annual.
No.
Oh no, annual revenue is $33 billion.
That's fucked. Monthly subscriptions.
Oh my god! So $33 billion. That is a lot of money.
Yeah, they can afford it.
But so. Hold on. So how many? What we don't know about Netflix, and maybe the numbers are out there. It's like, what do they pay to have? So if I watch a movie, say I watch Tom Cruise's whatever. Yeah. How much are they paying for me? How much in royalties are they paying to Universal or Paramount for me to watch that movie?
Well, so when they did Chappelle, they gave Chappelle, I think it was like 160 million to do like five specials. Yeah.
And that's but that's the thing. That's one guy.
I know.
Netflix does pay a fuckload of money to everyone. Like that. I remember they had that Vikings show. I think it was.
Vikings.
The CG budget was like 100 billion or 100 million or something.
Yeah, but
that's a show that
their
didn't
monthly thing. They can afford this. Like it's nuts.
I don't know. I'm like still trying. I actually you're kind of like getting me on your side here because that is a lot of money. So what are they bitching about?
I don't know. Why do they keep raising the price? Like they're already making so much.
I was always under the.
And then they're like, oh, we're canceling. You can't share your password anymore. It's like, fuck you guys. You know how much money you're making already? Like
Netflix spend on original content. Let's say that. Okay, so a forecast suggests that Netflix spent around $7 billion US on its originals in 2023. And then they made, what did I say, 60 billion?
5.4 billion.
Yeah, so a little more than that. So 66 billion or something per year, right?
No, that was...
Annually. It was 5.4 billion a month.
33 billion a year.
So they spent $7 billion making original content alone, dude.
For 1 year?
Yeah.
Okay, 33 billion minus 7 billion.
33 minus 7 billion. Then they got to pay all these other. That's what the shits that they're producing alone.
Here's the thing, though. I think that to get the movie, I think they must be chinsing them a little bit because everyone wants their movie on Netflix.
Yeah.
So it's a huge. It's like how Prime paid UFC billions of dollars to have their logo on the ring or on the octagon. It's like you have to pay them. I think it's more like that.
Okay, hold on. So the average of Netflix film. Okay, this is just their original content. It's hard to tell. I don't know if we can get the numbers on like other production companies. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so they spend $7 billion for their own content, which makes up I would say like less than 50% of what they have on there, correct? Of their content is original content. Yeah. So let's say even assume they spend $10 billion.
It's probably more, honestly, now. It's pretty half.
It's definitely like
Yeah.
growing. It's outgrowing their non-original content.
Yeah.
So even like let's just say they spend 10 billion in paying other people for their content. Let's say 20 billion. You're right. They're still making a profit.
13 billion.
Fuck, bro. But hold on. That doesn't include like their daily operations, right?
Which is probably fuck all. What do you mean? You have to have a couple servers running with air conditioning? Like big server houses with air conditioning? Big deal. Put it in fucking Russia where it's cold all the time.
Yeah, you know what? You might have converted me. Maybe I've been not giving enough credit to how much money they're actually making. So
They're making
now let's look at Spotify.
Spotify's doing a crazy shit too.
Spotify pays artists pretty much nothing. Right? It's like
Joe Rogan a lot.
they pay Joe Rogan. They pay a select few people a lot of money, but they pay like 0.000 a cent per stream to artists, right?
Is it per 1,000 streams? Do they do the same as YouTube?
No, they'll pay like a decimal of a penny per stream.
True.
Like 3 zeros or something before you hit a number.
Yeah, so you need like a billion to make like a million.
You need like a billion streams will make you like
A million.
fuck, maybe not even. I don't even know if it's that much.
Like Drake's probably making good money from it.
I bet Drake, because his numbers are so exaggerated, but even then, like a billion people listen to your song, you make like, I bet you it's like 250,000.
It ruined the whole purchasing music. Like, well, no, Spotify didn't ruin it. It was Napster and LimeWire. They fucked it from the beginning. They're like, oh yeah, illicit music. You know what? We actually just watched Cable Guy. Have you seen that?
Cable Guy.
Cable Guy.
Oh yeah, the movie from way back with
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, yeah,
and
yeah.
Like, and he's like, you talking about illegal cable? Like, cause he wanted to give him $50 for like the dirty channels. It's actually
that's a
pretty funny movie.
They're saying like, why do you make like, how much does a billion streams pay on Spotify? Drake got 4.7. Oh, that's not what I want.
Million?
That's not what I want at all. Snoop Dogg was claiming $45,000 for a billion streams that he got. Who knows if that's true? Say even if you get $1 million for a billion streams, that's that's not that much money.
Here's the thing. These fucking subscription-based things are so good because, first off, you forget about it because it's automatic withdrawal.
Yeah.
So, like, another good one is, like, gym memberships.
Yeah.
People don't go to the gym all the time, but they're still paying for it.
Yep. I bet you 10% of the people, at best, that sign up for gym memberships use them more than once a week. Mm-hmm. I think that's generous.
Yeah.
Right?
And not to mention all the like, what do they have to do? They just have to pay a couple staff to clean it.
Staff, and then electricity.
Yeah.
And, like, you got to heat the place.
Yeah.
It's fuck all.
No,
gym memberships, if you can, like, get... And then, come January...
People forget about it.
1,000 people sign up, and only 80 people go.
January is fucking stupid because everyone's like, new year, new me.
Yeah.
So it gets busy. But, like, then, like, you get 6 months into the year, no one's going.
They just stop.
It's summertime, too. They're probably making a killing. They don't have to clean much. No one's in the gym summertime because everyone's outside. And they're making a shit ton of money. Subscription, like, at first I was like, whoa, like, how do you even really make money? But then you just start doing some math, and it's like, wow.
Here's the thing. Oh, my God. That went down funny. Here's the thing. Let's talk about Netflix real quick one more time. Netflix. I actually spend $40 a month on Netflix.
40?
Because I got me and my brothers and my mom, right? And
that's the family bundle?
$10 each or so, right? For the 4K 5.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but you know what, actually? Yeah, because then that's my younger brother and my parents and me. So that's only 3 people, really. $41. So $12, $13 each or whatever. So if I spend $15 a month on Netflix is, besides YouTube, is my main place to watch videos.
Yeah.
I think I spend more than $15 a month in content. Like, if I watch a season of a show, 12 episodes, and I can do that in a month, I just spent less than $1 per episode on that show, not including anything else that I watch. That's where I'm like, the disconnect for me is like, I know as an individual, I spend more than $15 a month in content.
I know, but it's about mass. Like if you as an individual, you're not making much, but you get mass numbers of people.
I think you'd have to have like a
Which
lot.
they do.
I think it would be like, yeah, let's go back to the gym membership thing. The gym. So, but the problem is, I think everyone will continuously uses their Netflix. Compared to gym memberships, like, yeah, you have to get up and go and do effort. I come home and I just turn the TV on and I just effortlessly watch Netflix without even thinking about anything. I think people that subscribe to Netflix are watching it daily.
But that's no big deal.
It depends on what they're paying for per view.
Think of their watch time.
I just wish I knew what they paid. Like, if like they buy a movie from Sony, like Spider-Man 2,
Yeah.
and like 1 million people watch Spider-Man 2 on Netflix and it cracks the top 10 or whatever, how much money did they pay that 1 million people to watch a movie they saw that came out 20 years ago? I don't know. That's where my thing is, like, we see the profits on their original content, but like, what are they paying?
The royalties?
The royalties to...
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they have to... So, like, say they pay Sony, like, I don't know. I couldn't even put a number on what they pay per view. But even if it's like $1, and they pay Sony $1 to you, and because then Sony distributes it to anyone else who gets... They get $1, but it goes to directors and
producers. I guess
producers.
also what they do as well is they'll take a movie that's 20 years old that hasn't been in theaters for like forever.
Yeah.
And they just they revamp it.
Right.
They re-release it and gets people into that.
Yeah, which is good for...
So it jumpstarts.
It's good for the cinema or the production company or the...
So that's why I'm thinking, like, at the same time, they probably don't pay a lot because so many people are constantly on their platform, they utilize that as leverage. They're like, okay, well,
we got all these viewers, we're going to pay... You won't get a lot of money, but you're going to get a lot of viewers.
Yeah, and maybe that will lead to other things.
I don't know. I wish I could see... I'm going to Google it after and see, like, where do the numbers line up? Because, yeah, it's... Who knows? Who knows, man? You've definitely changed my perspective on it, because my thing has always been... And you know what? This might be some kind of, like, propaganda from the streaming, is, like... We haven't turned a profit in 10 years. Like, that's their statement. Like, we haven't turned a profit in 10 years, really, because of this, that, and the other thing. But now that you look at the numbers, you're like, well, why haven't you made any money? Like, they're always saying, well, we're not making any money. We got to up the thing.
It's just a scam.
I know. They might have fooled me. They might have fooled me this whole time.
And you know what else is a biggest fucking scam I've ever heard of? Blu-ray. That was such a scam, man.
Well, Blu-ray was
you get a blue disc. It's better quality. But then I was like, okay, so how does a disc change the resolution, what you watch it on? Like, so
I think because the disc was bigger.
If you use the same TV, because that's what it is. You get a new computer or whatever, you get the graphics and processing power. Yeah. How does fucking disc change that? It was the biggest scam.
You think so?
In cinema,
You think so?
Oh, don't get DVD, but get Blu-ray. It was bullshit. The whole thing was a scam.
You know why it was a scam? I agree with you. It was a scam because back in 2011, when people were buying Blu-rays, the TVs just were shit.
Yeah, I know. Like if I had a Blu-ray disc and a DVD disc and we put it on a fucking screen.
Yeah.
Man, the difference.
Same
TV, it would be so minimal.
I think you would be right when Blu-rays were popular. Now I think you could tell the difference. Like if I have a 4K TV, which I do, and I have a good HDMI cable, and I say I had a Blu-ray player, I don't. I actually have a PlayStation, so I guess I do.
Yeah.
You would probably notice the difference now. But for the life of Blu-rays being popular, they were never really that popular. But being popular,
they're probably like 5 years.
Now they got the UH DVDs now. Blu-ray's not even in like a... They have the Ultra HD now. It's the purple cases.
Really?
Yeah. But you know, with Blu-rays, they were giving you a digital download too.
They were.
Inside, you get the little tag.
Yeah.
Ultra, Violet, Ultra, or whatever.
Okay, well, whatever.
No, Blu-ray. Trust me, physical media, I don't get it anymore. Like people collect... Now it's collective. It's more of a collector thing.
Yeah, like a comic book.
Yeah, it's like a comic book. And I even see these guys on TikTok, on their TikTok lives, and like... Their TikTok live thing is like, ask me if I have a DVD of this, and they go through. Yep, I got Texas Chainsaw. Yeah, I got,
Yeah.
Like my brother is huge. My brother is huge on collecting physical media.
Like Rogers went down last week, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Like I was fucking annoyed, and I was like, I don't even know if I have any DVDs anymore. And I watched a DVD. I watched Heartbreak Kid.
Oh yeah,
Ben Stiller.
Yeah, that's like a forgettable movie of all time.
I watched, dude. It's so funny because his dad's in it, and Jerry Stiller. He was so jokes, like from
He was
Seinfeld.
funny. Yeah, is he alive?
He's dead now, but he was fucking hilarious.
He was funny.
Like
He was funny.
he's a funny guy.
I'm gonna intro this real quick.
Okay.
It's already been 20 minutes. How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Davey on everything, and welcome back to the podcast. I got my boy Dev Laughs from Raised by Comedy. Unfortunately, Rowan could not make it because he is throwing up in his bed somewhere. So
Yeah.
he got a little rowdy last night.
Moisturizer technique. Try it out.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know who I am.
Yeah, we were just talking just about, Spotify and all that shit, but it just, yeah, you kind of opened my eyes a little bit to that. I hate to say it.
Really?
Yeah, because I gotta blow my fucking joint.
I thought what you thought too. Like I was just trapped in this, like, how the fuck are they pulling it off? And then, well, you know what, I wouldn't be surprised if you look up right now Netflix's monthly users. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 800 million.
Netflix. No, because our math was pretty close. When we said 6 billion.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so we were pretty close with the 400 million. 400 million count, right? I think. Anyways, 260 million subscribers worldwide. In 2023. So it's probably about there now because they had some periods where
That's
they dropped and
surprising,
then went up.
honestly. I'd think there'd be more worldwide.
Yeah, and I bet you they would have been if they were still the only
Yeah, now
streaming
you got
service.
Disney and
But yeah, it's we're definitely gonna get to the point where we don't need all these four. So either they're gonna be eliminated, and one ring to rule them all,
yeah,
or they become a conglomerate
yeah,
and it's one big thing, and we just have cable again. We're back to cable,
yeah.
It's like, oh, you can buy Apple, Netflix, Paramount Plus. It's a combination.
Well, that's what Amazon does. They have Paramount all in.
They're smart. I like it because they got they got all the networks too, and you can buy a cable package on Amazon. I used to have it actually. $15, you get the basic cable package, 30 channels or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I think and then you got something like DAZN, right?
Stupid.
And then you got
DAZN's dumb.
DAZN could be good if they got the rest of the good sports involved.
They just have Jake Paul fights.
Yo, they need to get NFL. Oh, they have NFL. They need to get NHL and NBA for sure.
Yeah.
That would make it like, okay, sure, now this is worth it. I can watch any sport.
Yeah, but like, are you gonna go from ESPN to DAZN?
I had DAZN for football before, and it was pretty good. Like it had a nice picture and shit. Like it was okay. But now Amazon does football too, even
Yeah.
Thursdays or whatever.
I'm going. What's his name? Jeff.
Bezos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thing is he this isn't even his own, like that's not even his business.
No.
He probably doesn't give a fuck about Prime.
No.
Like Prime in the sense of Amazon, but not Prime in the sense of Prime Music and Prime
He's
Video.
just the biggest drop shipper ever. That's what he did.
Yeah.
He just took
did
drop shipping to a whole other level. And he's treating his workers like shit, supposedly, allegedly.
Oh my god. Yeah, they definitely have some shady practices, but you know what? It's funny because it's not funny at all, but say in Canada, like I don't know anyone that works in an Amazon warehouse in Canada. Do you know anyone?
No. I could tell you, I could guess on the the type of people that work there.
Indians.
Yeah, probably.
If you live in the Waterloo region, it's Indians for sure. But it's like I don't guarantee this. I think their like business practices say there's one actually just like 10 minutes from here. I bet you it's like pretty standard business practices. Say they make say $20 an hour, not good.
Yeah.
But not minimum wage. They're not like slaving these people in Canada, say. Like in that warehouse, you know, because we at least have a minimal amount of like business ethic within the government. Yeah, because you don't ever hear about, I know we like in construction, sure, we have to work some pretty nasty shit, but they don't make they should be making more money. But I watched a documentary about Amazon in California, Amazon and Walmart. They have this massive hub of warehouses, like at the bay.
Bunch of Mexicans.
Yeah, it's all temp workers, and most of them are not citizens. So it's insane. So they don't want to pay benefits and stuff like that. So if you're not a full contract worker, you don't qualify for benefits in any kind of 401k or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So they only hire from temp agencies, right? And yeah, they're almost all Mexican. They won't even hire white or black people. Because they know that we're those are Americans and they're gonna bitch and they're gonna complain, and if so the temp agency takes a cut of the money, right? That's how it works, and then so you go and you work for
a temp agency is like a union in its own.
It is like a third party that gets you work.
Mm-hmm.
So Amazon only hires from the temp agencies. They're almost entirely Mexican. Say they pay them like $12 an hour.
And so the thing is what's the penalty for hiring someone from a temp agency full on? Like,
there's none, I don't think.
Like, can you just be like, hey, just quit your temp agency and I'll hire you on if you're a really good worker?
I know that when I worked at Value Village, they had temps sometimes to hire temps, and no, Value Village couldn't hire them.
Says who?
Well, that's the thing. They signed a contract. So if we give you...
So what happens?
There's a
you have
time
to
frame.
Pay them out, buy them out or something?
You fire them. Like you say, they tell the temp agency, we don't need them anymore.
Yeah, but what's stopping me from saying, fuck you, temp agency, like, I don't need any more jobs from you, and then getting a job on my own?
Yeah, you don't have to work... Oh, you mean as a person that works for the temp agency? Yeah, but I think...
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
there's
for sure.
nothing imprisoning me to
No,
go through that.
I did. I actually worked with the temp agency. Oh, the audio just cut out. Anyways, I actually signed up with the temp agency way back when I was like 18 because I was just trying to find work, and they give you like the worst fucking calls.
Yeah,
like, and they call you at like 5 a.m. like, can you go grill barbecues at Royal King for $12? And then the temp agency takes $1, and you're like, fuck. But yeah, as a worker, sure, I can apply to work at Royal King. I say I'm like at the temp agency and they send me out to Broil King to work, but I think Broil King signed something that's saying we can't hire any of your temps.
Yeah, but
for 3 months.
I feel like Broil King is getting fucked because they're paying more.
They're paying more
than what they could be paying.
Yeah.
So it'd be beneficial if you just say fuck the temp agency, and then with Broil King you can get their benefits or whatever.
They don't want to pay you benefits, and they want to be able to fire you or lay you off when they're not busy. So they don't have to have any full time. They don't have. I'm gonna say they don't even have to play WSIB and shit on you, because you are employed by the temp agency.
Yeah.
So they don't have to pay insurance to have you. They don't have to, all these things. So they pay the temp agency $1 an hour, big deal, or $2 an hour, big deal, because we're not responsible for this person.
Yeah.
That's what's fucked. About it. And that's what Walmart. So if you get injured, you work for Walmart warehouse in say wherever in California it is, and you hurt your ankle.
Dude,
cut.
You know what's a good job? A good idea is if you made like an app that gives you work. Like, let's say you're down bad, you go on this app. Yeah. Need this for this. Okay, I'll be there. Kind of like Uber driving.
I think they have something like
anything.
that. I think they have something similar to that.
Yeah.
Because I think it may be called Upwork or something.
True.
You like sign up like, hey, we need guys to fucking slug boulders.
Like Sunday, let's say you're bored and you just want to go make some money.
Yeah. That's definitely like, I don't think it's worked that great, because like you would the fact that you're like saying like, oh, you don't know anyone that uses an app like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's been that successful.
Or maybe it's not a thing.
I'm pretty sure it is a thing.
True.
Because like that's such an easy idea to make. But yeah, it's oh my god.
It's just interesting once you start really getting into and looking how the economy works and how companies do this, and just seeing the bullshit lie of, oh, give us money, we'll help you out here, but then you just get fucked in so many other ways. And it's just like, the only way to be successful is to be like an entrepreneur. It's you have your own thing, and then you just scam the other people.
Long term, that's like, if you can make it work, it's the best route for sure.
Yeah.
Right? But like, it's easier said than done. Because look at me, I have a business that's been operating since 2021, not very successfully, right?
But I guess like, is that due to people just don't like weed, or you just haven't been putting the effort in?
I think a lot of it is just like some of it is my lack of capital. Also, my lack of experience in search engine optimization hasn't helped.
Yeah.
And admittingly, like I do sell stuff. I do sell some stuff. So, but yeah, there could be more effort probably as well.
Yeah.
But the reason this podcast exists is because of that business. I was like, you know what? Maybe I can like push people to and then this has never been a success. It's like, that's a life of someone that's an entrepreneur.
Yeah, they
right?
just try things and
you try everything, you fail
niche.
20 times.
Yeah.
Like nobody watches this show and nobody goes to www.brokenglasssupply.ca. So it's like, you know, maybe I'll come up with something that works next time.
Yeah. Fuck.
Well, we were talking about about unions upstairs.
Yeah.
Mostly private sector and public sector, right?
Yeah, I would vote against unions in public. It's bullshit. The whole thing is fucked. Like,
so let me ask you this: public sector unions include
federal government jobs,
okay,
provincial government jobs.
Where's the line?
Municipal government jobs.
Okay, that's what I was gonna
Anything
ask.
spent on taxpayer.
Okay.
Should not be unionized.
So
whatsoever.
Well,
get this. How come if they unionize? This is another thing that they fuck too. How come the military isn't unionized?
I mean, the military.
Everything else is.
The military, you don't have a choice once you sign up, that you belong to the government anyway. So there's no.
Okay, so once you sign up as a politician, you belong to the government.
No.
You belong to the people.
Yes.
And you don't need a fucking third party group to control and dictate what you do.
Like Justin Trudeau is not a member of the union. They're considered management. Like this is how unions work. Workers and management. They're not members. Like that's a conflict of interest. Like politicians, I don't think are part of the whatever unions.
The ministers?
They're not part of the union.
But
themselves.
the people that work in like Ministry of Finance,
their staff,
yeah,
his staff that are like hired would be union members.
But then it goes in, so all the cops are unionized.
Cops are unionized.
Doctors, especially with free healthcare.
Yeah.
You know, it's fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
but here, what about this? What about bus drivers?
Are they taxpayer?
I mean, Grand River Transit is funded by probably the provincial. Really?
Right,
even though they only make like $55,000-$60,000 a year?
No. Like, you can't.
So how are they?
Because they go on strike, and then the money that they get that is paid for by the taxpayer that the union gives them, it's bullshit.
Okay.
If you are employed, so that's a whole other issue with the striking. But then, if there's a fucking pedophile in the government and you can't get rid of them, that's bullshit too.
No. They'd get rid of a pedophile.
I don't know, man. Look at all the Epstein Island bullshit. They ain't getting rid of them.
Let me ask you then. I'm kind of curious now. Let's just like use the bus drivers as a thing.
And what's the what is that? It's part of the amendment, or I guess Canada's Charter of Rights, but it's the right to assembly, and but is that also
that's kind of the basis?
That's church,
protest.
Yeah,
like you have the right to like protest and strike, but
But then what you said earlier, then it's just a whole mafia thing. It's just protection money.
But here's
So
my
where is the line?
Okay, so let's explore a world where the public sector isn't unionized, because this is a fun topic. Because I'm in a union. I'm definitely pro private sector union. I have my feelings about the public sector that I'm kind of on the fence about. But let's talk about, what does a world look like where bus drivers? Because I want to add to this real quick first. I also want to say that the government is inefficient and operates poorly within the market. So like anything the government does is going to be 10 times more money, and it's going to take times as long.
So wait, you want me to defend why?
No. I want to put that out. That's my point of view.
Yeah, but like I'd be like, oh, you're mad that you're driving a bus? Like, dude, you're driving a bus.
Okay.
like find a new job.
Here's what I want to ask. So say that the bus, Grand River Transit, was a private company, like Greyhound or something, right? Like Greyhound or Go.
Okay.
Right? Say it's a private company. And
I would like that.
You don't take the bus anyways, but so what would that look like? How would that look different than the public sector? So say today we flipped, like, all right, the transit's now provided by David. Everything is broken transit, and they will be doing the busing.
And the
for
thing
that
is, in the U.S., it's like that, like because Greyhound is privately owned.
Yeah, Greyhound went under.
And they do a lot of
But yes, you're right.
But
you're
it's
right.
a lot of private.
But
even you know how the 407,
yeah,
that whole bullshit toll shit. All in the U.S., there's so much toll, like highways and bridges. That's all private.
The 407 is.
If you want to buy you can buy a road and be like, okay, I'm charging people. You have to maintain it, but like.
But if you go to Florida and you pay a toll, that's still owned by the state.
No. The Sun Pass, it's private.
The infrastructure of the Sun Pass is, right? Like that program is, but the state built the highway, right?
Yeah.
So
then you own and maintain, and
they're like subbing it out to Sun Pass. Like the state of Florida subs out the management of toll roads and highways to the Sun Pass, and so it's better. That's better. Yeah. I'm agreeing with you because I agree that the private sector does everything better, and I'm a small government guy, so I'm against public sector almost anything. But I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Okay, so you're trying to tell me what are the benefits of...
You know which... Well, I'm going to argue with you because I'm thinking about these things. It's like, okay, right now my tax dollars go to Waterloo Region that pay for Grand River Transit, right?
Yeah.
If that was a private sector business, my money would go elsewhere.
Okay.
And feed a different program. Mm-hmm. Arguably good.
Okay.
I bet you the buses would... And I'm just on your... I can't play devil's advocate. This is against my values. I want to, but I can't. Then I bet you the buses run on time and quicker.
Yep.
Better maintained.
Yep.
I wanted to do the argument, but it's hard.
Oh,
it's hard.
You look like shit. Get off my bus. You know, you can't accept all these weirdos. Okay.
It would be more.
If someone's sleeping in my bus side, I'd be like, "Get the fuck out of there!" You know.
It would be cheaper for non-bus users, but bus users would pay more money.
Yeah, but you'd be riding in luxury. It'd be clean.
I think it'd be a little bit cleaner for sure, and I bet you they have like a security guard, and he's like there right now. Getting rid of the bums and whatever. It's so hard to defend the government. It's so hard to defend public sector.
They fuck everything up.
They're so bad at doing everything. Like, it's like our tax system.
Our tax system's fucked too.
It makes.
What did he spend? $250,000 to Jamaica.
To go to the with his ex-wife. That's another topic. But think about this:
And now, if they've also started to think, but he keeps sending all this money to Ukraine. Guess what? Canada's a target, and if they figure out if there's any connection that Ukraine just attacked them with Canadian tax dollars, you know what I mean? Like we're fucked.
We just gave another $40 million for armored vehicles
or something. Yeah.
But what was I saying? Where was I going with that?
You're talking about buses.
Yeah, but fuck the buses.
The
government's just so bad at operating everything. the private sector, like capitalism works so
It
well.
does.
So
It
well.
does.
So yeah, the problem with that is people have, and I can't even say that because nobody trusts the government anymore. I was gonna say people have less trust in corporations, but at this point, nobody trusts the government anymore anyways, right? It was supposed to be like, oh, let them handle it because they have our best interest in mind. But we know that's like not the case, right?
Yeah.
So I trust companies more than I do my own government.
But dude, like, so, yeah, I trust companies too.
I don't trust them, but I have more trust.
But then, like, I just don't trust anyone. So yeah, talking about government unions and stuff, right? And then, but then you see like, fucking these bullshit. Like JFK allegedly was killed by pro-union.
Oh yeah.
Pro-union member, you know what I mean? So it goes back, and so all these mafia, like, and they're pretty genius. What do? They started the construction companies, and then they're like, okay, now we're gonna control a company that if any other non-mafia construction company wants people, well, we control that too. It just goes in and in. So you're just paying all this money.
But arguably, it still helped the citizens. So that
but also like think of it slows production though.
I don't think how so. Like now we're talking about private sector unions, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It slows production. Like think of in Japan or and China, they can build shit really really fast
for $3 an hour. Sure. Okay. Go ahead.
But like now you have all these voting and bullshit and. Listen, people deserve rights, but they don't deserve too much rights. You know.
Okay. You're going real right with this.
Like they deserve rights, but they also like they don't deserve rights. Like rights should be based on performance.
So here's the thing. We can talk on this actually very easily because we're involved in this ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Like construction is one of the biggest union operations. Like, and in the construction, it's very divided. You would agree, right? It's very divided, like union versus non-union, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm playing devil's advocate for
for the non-union.
But no, it's not even non-union. I don't care about construction really. It's just as a business owner.
As a business owner,
because I asked my grandfather too, because he ran a business. He sold it though. He's retired now.
Yeah.
And I said, what would you do if they started unionizing? But the thing is he said they could try it, but because then it gets really interesting because as a business owner, you work for an operating company, whatever that is. They pay you, blah blah blah. Now, if you try to unionize that company, how he had it set up is that operating company owns nothing, no tools. The property owns nothing. Yeah. That's the holding company. The holding company then rents it out to the operating company. So if you tried to sue the operating company, or if that tried to unionize, well, then I'd be like, all right, I'm closing the company and I'll just make a new one. You know what I mean? They protect themselves that way. So also, you get what I'm talking about?
Okay, yeah, I agree. So you're coming from the perspective of a business owner.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if I want to like run something, I'm not saying I'm going to run what he did, but if I want to have something like I just don't think if I want people working for me, it should be based on performance rather than because they think they're special.
Okay. Now, as a business owner, your goal is to make as much profit as possible, right? That's capitalism. It's a beautiful thing. I love the system. It's the best system in the world. It really is. You're not incentivized really, like in black and white. Remove people's emotions and stuff from it. Black and white, you're not incentivized to pay anyone anymore. You want to pay everyone
what they're worth,
as low as possible. Is the objective.
Yeah, you have to cut cost.
Like you want to pay people as low as possible.
Yeah, but also, that's the thing. So some people get greedy, and I will say they don't pay people what they're worth. But then, if you don't have a choice to pay people what they're worth, is that any better?
I think if historically, okay.
Because if I'm not getting paid for what I'm worth, then I'll just say fuck you, I'll quit, and I'll go find something else.
Okay, that's the free market,
and
that's the market, and I believe in it wholeheartedly. But here's the question: say you have 10 employees. Say you're a carpentry company.
Okay.
Okay, Devon's Carpentry. You have 10 carpenters on your staff, right? And you're paying them $25 an hour, which it's not good. Like journeyman you're paying them $25 an hour, right? They come to you and they say, "Hey, Mr. Devin, I think I deserve a raise. I want $35. The union is paying $40 an hour. Can you give me a raise?" Well, let's be honest. What would your response to that be for
as like a
all
business owner?
As a business owner.
So, here's another thing. I feel like a lot of people don't have a backbone to defend themselves. They need to hide behind a group of people to try and get shit done.
Okay, but just answer my question first, because I know where you're going with that. But let's say 25 versus 40. They say, "Mr. Devin, we need more money, my friend. 25 is not enough. The union is paying 40."
Go there.
And that's what you say. And
Go there.
and guess what they say? Okay. And they go there.
Okay.
Now they're making $40 an hour. How do you get employees?
How do I get employees? Apprenticeships.
So you have no journeyman. They all just left to make $40 an hour at the other place.
You can find people.
But we're living in a real life example that you can't. And the company that I work for specifically, even to get certain trades,
So that's the bullshit part. So what you're saying is that okay, so I'll pay you more, or
we're gonna go to the competition that's going to pay us more.
It depends. Is the guy that's asking for this, is he a good worker or is he dog shit?
Assume you have 10 employees. Say that guy is a 75 out of 100. Decent. That's good. That's a B.
Yeah.
He's decent. Say your employees are all between A and C pluses employees.
Okay.
And then they all come to you and say, "We want $30 an hour because the competition's paying 40. Meet us at 30."
It'd have to be based on performance.
So you're just gonna lose. I guarantee you'll lose them. Why wouldn't you? Because that's capitalism. That's the market. We have a market that says, okay, these guys are worth that much amount of money.
This is the whole logic of what Elon thinks. They're like, take your shit down, otherwise we're not going to give you any more money. You're not going to blackmail me. Like, if you're good, okay, but if you're not, fuck you. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I agree with that. Competition is good. But the competition is paying $40 an hour and you're paying $25.
Yeah, I know.
How do you keep employees? And how do you scale your
morale? Throw
morale,
parties.
pizza parties, sure. And listen, people are at work to make money. Now let's go into another. Let's turn this a little bit.
Okay.
Fuck. What was I gonna say? Fuck. Until you said pizza parties threw me off. Again. Oh yeah. So let's use construction because we work in construction. We use that as an example. There is 50 for every 50 people retiring, one person is coming in to the industry, right?
Is that an actual fact?
That's a stat. That's a fact, which is scary, right?
That is fact. So
you get to the point where to scale your business, you have to hire people, right? If you're non-union, right? I'll play on the union side. We're already there now. I'm playing on the union side. To scale your business, you have to go and hire people, right? Well, we have a skilled labor shortage in the sense of construction, right? You can't get people. And I was gonna say something about where you work. I won't though. I'll hold it. But so say I need 20 guys. I want to build a 20-story condo building. I need 20 people tomorrow.
Okay.
What's the process? Look through resumes, check make sure people are actually licensed, hire 20 decent guys. Maybe 15 are good, 5 are bad. You have to get rid of 5, hire 5 more. And almost an impossible task in Ontario for a non-union company to get 20 employees overnight.
So I guess it comes down to like, is the company I have a good, like, do I think it's a good company that people should work for? And it comes to my own decisions and like, do I create a place that people want to stay here? Okay,
but these people don't know anything about your business except that you do carpentry.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys also do carpentry. And we only knew that everyone does carpentry. We don't know that you're doing this and that. But all they see is the starting wage. And they see...
But also, can I afford it?
Well, companies that are paying guys $40 an hour are affording it. So obviously you can also afford it.
No, but well, that depends if I have any jobs lined up.
That's what we're getting at. Do you want to build the same? Do you want to do the same? Do you want to scale your business in the same way that a union company would scale their business?
Here's like if I'm the guy, if I created the Brotherhood of Devon,
Yeah.
and I'm collecting all the money, then sure. I just don't. It's like another subscription fee.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I'm
you know
not-
what? For what we pay,
And I just don't want to pay into that.
for what union workers pay in dues, it's like tenfold of what you get back in wages and pension. So
It's probably fuck all.
we don't pay fuck all in dues, really.
How much is it?
I pay. Let me do the math. Let's do it. I'll give you the yearly kind of roughly what I pay in union dues. What is it now?
The only here, like whatever, like I honestly truly believe that they were probably that they were created to help the people.
Yeah.
But over the years, it's just corruption has.
I think it's always been corrupted.
It's just maybe no.
Since very early on. I'm if you're going about corruption, yeah, the unions are corrupt.
I think Jimmy Hoffa was a good guy.
I think
in the beginning
he did a lot of good stuff, but he did some stuff that was illegal. But all I'm saying is like there's pros and cons to unions, right?
It's just you have no control over your people
As a business, but you also would like where I work. Say this company only got into the union a short time ago,
Yeah.
right? And they did some jobs, some decently sized jobs, kind of what we're doing right now at that scale. But now they're doing 15 of those jobs where they could do one before. Because they can hire guys tomorrow. I can get 30 guys here tomorrow. So I'm paying them more money, and I got to pay benefits, and I got to pay pension.
Yeah.
And I have to follow. You have to try and follow certain rules, right?
Yeah.
But you can also scale your business as big as you want. So that's the pro to management is like you can scale your business, like you can grow your business so large so quickly.
The guy that was arrested, do you think he got kicked out of the union?
The who died?
Oh,
The guy that died? He died.
Fuck. Okay, if he didn't die,
died.
you think they would kick him out?
No, because just like any other employer, well, it's a fine line. So any employer in Canada, union or non, retail, whatever, say I come to you and I say, hey, I'm addicted to alcohol.
Yeah. See, that's
They can't. Then they send you to
that's a whole
rehab.
other thing.
That's a law that's a federal law.
Is it?
If I come to you and say I'm addicted to drugs, they cannot fire you. All they can do is put you on a like a sickness, medical rehab, absence.
That's such a bullshit thing too, because especially in Canada where the government controls all the alcohol. Oh, people are addicted. Like,
You know what's crazy? It happened to me when I worked at Value Village. We had a manager, and she was, say, 40. And she was nice and stuff, kind of weird, but she was nice. But one day she just didn't show up to work to open the store.
Yeah.
And I was there.
and you're waiting outside.
And we're all waiting outside, and I'm like, yo, don't say anything. Let's just not open the store. That's what I'm thinking. Like, fuck it. Don't call anyone.
Yeah.
The manager didn't show up. Fuck it. Right? Now, they called someone. They're like, I don't know. She's not here. They sent another supervisor open the store, blah, blah, blah. We find out that this lady didn't show up because she's a crackhead.
Oh.
And she went to this store. She knows the rules. She played them like a fiddle. She came to the store and said, well, I'm addicted. I have a problem. I'm addicted to crack. Fuck. We can't get rid of her. So they put her on a medical leave, right? For you get 12 months, I think.
Yeah.
And she could still come into the store and use her discount and all that. Like, she still worked there technically. And she's getting paid by the government to be there. And then at the end of it, they said, okay, your leave is over. You either have to come back to work or quit.
But the thing
She quit.
is if you really don't want someone there, you can push people out.
And they do.
You can push
one
people to
shift a
quit.
week, whatever.
That or just give them shit work. Like, all right, you're gonna be digging holes.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I mean? Like,
But they
can
always
work
know
around
you're
it.
doing that. Like, I know if you're doing that. And I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna do fuck all, and I'm gonna just do the minimum of whatever shit jobs you give me. It's the dynamic is funny between like management and just employees, and there's pros and cons to union and non-union. We can say that, right? There's
that's why
obviously pros and
I
cons.
think like keep a company small. If you guys are doing it, like, and don't hire people, and don't hire someone to do something if you, like, if I'm gonna hire someone to do paperwork and while they're doing that, I'm just sitting and watching TV. That's a bad. Like, if I can do the work, don't hire someone to do it if you're gonna sit around and do nothing. and keep a business small.
Here. Okay, so to that, because that's a good point. I worked for a non-union company when I was just started plumbing. Small shop. There was like 5 of us, right?
It's probably morale better.
No, the morale was awful.
Was it?
Because you know what? To his credit, he paid his journeyman way above non-union wages. Actually, the one dude made well above union wages for the time being. Okay. But he was there 20 years. You know what I mean? Yeah. He put that time in. Morale was awful.
True.
Because we worked all straight time. We didn't get paid overtime and whatever.
How can they legally do that? Isn't that a rule?
You have to... Yeah, technically, sure. After 44 hours in Canada, after 44 hours, you get time and a half.
How did he get away with it?
Because no one complained. We just did it, right? And that's how it works in most non-union construction companies, man. You worked for actually a pretty... Like, you got a lot of characters there, but like it's actually a half-decent place.
It's a good
And
place.
they wouldn't fuck you over, but most non-union contractors, including... Most non-union contractors, they'll get away with... Like, you don't pay overtime. One second, my fucking back. Ugh. You're not getting paid overtime, you know? So, but what was I going to that? Oh, yeah. Say there's 5 or 6 people that work there. A couple years ago, this guy could not get a soul to come work for him, right? Mm-hmm. But what did he do? He signed up with the local union because he needed employees to operate his business. He got to the point where he couldn't keep people on anymore. Just how he operated was so fucked. Yeah. And it was like, oh, why the fuck would I work here? And that's why I left, right? Yeah. Why the fuck would I work here? So then he had to join the local union. One of the few cases where you'll see companies join without being forced. Yeah. But he's like, well, I got all this money. I got this big.
Because you're not paying the people when you go that way. You're paying a corporation. Like
you were paying them some money. No. Technically, I'm paying the corporation as an employee.
I just think it's fucked how people get paid for doing nothing.
I think you're looking at it as like. You got to look at it like this. Let's look at the auto industry.
Well, that's another thing. So here, think about this because it fucks everyone. So what happens is let's say GM, the automotive union says, okay, we want to re-sign, we want more money, right? So they're like, okay. Also, we want a $10,000 signing bonus for fucking 500 employees.
Sure.
Okay. Who does that affect? GM's going to be like, sure.
Obviously, it's getting passed on to the customer.
Yeah.
But
all the fucking vehicles go up.
But what you also have to realize is that's a good point.
Because they'll pay it, but they'll put their prices up for the cars. Now look at cars. Cars are fucked right now.
Yeah, but we can also probably make the argument that GM is making too much money on each car. That GM is passing on the cost of labor to the customer. But they're not going to eat it. That's strictly just business. So can we say that maybe the price of cars are so high because of just an inflated profit that General Motors is making?
We could. But it's also there's a whole bunch of other factors. Like
because
the carbon tax, like that's adding to
there's a million reasons why, but I think the least of the reasons should be people's wages. Like to be upset at like your mom that could work at Ford. Or your dad could work at Ford and like you want him to make peanuts.
But it's
because hold on real quick. Do you think that if GM was paying their people less that they would lower the price of cars?
I think inflation has.
Well, real quick though, answer that because say they were paying instead of 40, they're paying 20. Mm-hmm. Do you think that a F-150 is gonna cost less money on retail? Or is GM gonna make more money?
I don't know. Maybe not. I could see them not and just take more profit.
Say like they say,
but then you introduce legislation to cap it.
And I don't believe in government involvement in that sense.
No. Well, I mean, they did do a good thing because the phone companies, remember, it was 3-year terms, mm-hmm. and they're like, no, you're doing 2, so they do some good things with that.
Sure. I just like.
I think Harper did that.
Yo, my dog's losing it, eh? Is she?
She's very hyper.
Harlow, it's okay. I don't know. It's just like one of those things. Like you don't know where your money is. It's a thing that we can't even understand because we don't know where our money's going once you hand it over.
Yeah.
I just have a feeling that if we paid people less money to build cars, I don't think the price of cars would go down. I think because
now or back then? Because not now because they're introducing all these taxes.
And like they are unfortunately like they have like almost created a demand. The auto industry's like made a demand.
They create shit cars that break. Let's buy a new one. Same as the phone. Haven't you noticed when you get a cell phone, it just starts dying out?
Yeah.
After 2 years.
Absolutely.
It just starts bugging.
They make poor products that because otherwise they don't have a business.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like one of these things.
So much.
I also know a lot of bad unions. I'm gonna say this. Like I'm part of a decent union that I get. Like I benefit from. Let's be honest. I benefit from a lot because I make $10 an hour more than non-union, which is big, and I get a $8 an hour pension.
But how much is being taxed?
I get. Yeah, sure, but that you can apply it to any job.
No, I know, but how
right?
much? So, like, do you see it? Is it really that much of a difference due to taxes?
I would think it's still. Well, let's do some quick math because So say I made like right now. I don't know. I shouldn't even put this out there, but
you don't have to.
I don't give a fuck. Anyways, whatever. I pay about $600 to $700 a week in taxes.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot.
That's a lot of fucking 30 to 35% of my money goes to the Ukraine. So I hope they're grateful with those weapons.
You fucks. Enjoy your armored trucks, dicks.
Dude, I was watching these. I think it must have been on. I don't know. It was a podcast, and they were like, "Yeah, the New York income tax is 13%." I'm like, the government Canada income tax is 30%, bro. What are you talking about? Like they were complaining about.
Dude, that's another thing. Everyone's moving out east. In Canada, they're moving out of Ontario, but they have 15% for sales tax.
Sales tax, yeah.
So it's like, actually, Alberta, it's like 7.
Yeah, Alberta has historically been.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? Like right now, they have an NDP government, right?
Alberta?
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a conservative.
I don't think so. Brother.
The chick?
Watch, let me see.
No, they don't. Like provincial government?
How much? Yeah, obviously.
It's a fucking no. It's not.
Alberta.
It's a chick. I forget her name. She's conservative.
And you think chicks can't be a part of the NDP?
They can do whatever the hell they want, I guess. But like, no,
I'm pretty sure it's an NDP
not part
government.
of the No Damn Point Party.
No Damn Point Party. The left liberal party. Formerly the Communist Party of Canada. Did you know that?
What?
The NDP?
Is it?
Go on the Wikipedia page. I donated. But you know what? Never mind. That's a whole nother topic. You know what's funny with this stuff? I could go so many ways.
I know.
But it's
Dude, they are so fucked. They have a little coalition with Trudeau passing all their bills. Fuck the NDP. Fuck the Liberals.
Alberta.
Fuck them all.
I'm trying to find which one is the Alberta government.
Just look up Alberta.
Oh, till 2000. So, how long was the NDP in power in Alberta? 2015 to 2019. Who currently holds power in Alberta? Okay, the United Conservative Party. Yeah. But for 4 years they had an NDP government, and that was the Trudeau years too, like the first bunch of Trudeau years.
Yeah, they're fucked.
And I think that's why they so easily shut down the oil sands. But why aren't? Anyways,
you know what?
We can't talk about everything here, but
you
know
can't.
What I mean?
But like, you know what? Remember when Biden got elected, and our gas was like 70 cents. It just jumps.
Yo, gas doesn't make sense, bro. Gas does not make any sense.
Made an executive order to cancel that pipeline, Keystone XL. Fucked everything.
Yeah. Listen, I voted for all kinds of parties in the last. How old am I? 14 years.
You voted for Trudeau.
I did not vote for Trudeau, but I voted Liberal. I voted Liberal before in my past. I voted NDP, Liberal, Conservative, New Blue. I done it all. They're all shit, and they always let me down. It's like
I think,
but
dude,
but the Trudeau government is by far the worst. I'd say the worst government.
And a lot of people voted for him in 2015 or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, dude, they probably regret that so hard.
Here's the thing is like I don't blame those people the first time around.
For weed.
Well, the
It was just a bunch of stoners.
They had this guy. We should have known just based on his dad's
Yeah.
history.
His
like,
dad
right? His dad fucked Canada.
Yeah. The
But-
only thing his dad did well was create the flag.
And a lot of debt. But I don't blame people in 2016. They were like, you know what? He's young. We always had like, it's like he's a young guy. He seems enthusiastic. He seems like he cares. He's gonna legalize weed. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
And it's not like you can't even ask him, hey, like, what's going on? He's like, we as Canadians will
Yeah.
get through this. It's like,
yeah,
fuck.
yeah. It's like Justin Trudeau is like the most bizarre character.
Not only, but also, when you see him on the world stage, these leaders think he's a joke.
Oh, it's embarrassing.
They don't even, like, did you see the leader of China, like,
Yeah.
pretty much shut him down?
Yeah.
Like, you're a fucking idiot.
Xi Jinping's like, we don't, and
like-
Trudeau's like tail between his legs, fucking.
Like,
Ugh.
Russia shuts him down, Macron, like, everyone. Trump didn't even talk to him. He thinks he's a joke. Like,
Canada has become like the laughing. You know what? We weren't like really cool before,
but now it's just,
we're the laughing stock
Yeah.
of the free world.
yeah.
Like, you could, people go, you know, like, some people get upset when you start saying like, oh, Canada's like a socialist country, but like, you could almost make the argument for it at
It
this
is.
point, especially come April 1st with the tax increase.
Yeah.
That's the redistribution of wealth, which is the core fundamental of socialism. Taxes are just like saying like, they're not stealing your shit. You're giving it to them, but with a gun to your head.
That's why I have, like, I think the provincial election is this year for Ontario.
Yeah, because the liberal lady is saying she's
But
against the carbon tax.
But here's the thing. Yeah.
She's a liar.
What is she going to do? Here's the thing. I don't like fucking Doug Ford either.
I don't like Doug
He
Ford
did
either.
nothing during
No.
COVID. He just tail between the legs, did whatever
Yeah.
the fuck Trudeau said.
Yeah.
So it's like, who do I vote for?
I
I don't know who to vote for
And
because I hate them all.
That's always my point when I talk about politics with people is like, we do this thing. Canada's just as bad as the States. I know they're a dual party, but we're essentially a dual party system.
Yeah.
Conservative or liberal, or you go a little bit more left to the NDP,
Yeah.
or you go. The Conservatives don't have
They
anyone.
do. They have.
They got the PPC,
Yeah.
but that's not like.
But they have no
It's not in
seats.
the. It's not in. They don't have seats, and we do this thing every year. Oh, and now politics have shifted a little bit. Like, I'm all over the place, but Canada usually, like, conservatives and liberals were very center, in the sense we didn't have like very left wing people. We didn't have very right wing
No,
people.
we should be center.
And
Like,
and it worked pretty good.
And the thing, but the problem is that if this is like it on the political, this side is left,
Yeah.
complete government control, communism, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck. Then the right side has to be anarchy, no government.
That's like really,
That's the spectrum.
I'd say.
So you go in the middle of that, where you have government control but not complete chaos. That's where it should be.
But anarchy, I guess, would
And then
be.
you just push towards this way.
I guess anarchy would be like right, but like but that's a place with zero government.
Yeah.
So let's stay on the spectrum of there is a government in place. The right is the very far right would be like fascism.
But the thing what
Which
I
is
never
like-
understand with the fascism is like what did they say? That's Hitler?
Hitler was a fascist. Mussolini was.
But
a
his
fascist.
party was the National Socialist Party.
I know that was a trick though.
He
that-
to get socialists.
No,
to,
just it sounds better, because it's like the language behind it sounds better for people.
I just feel like okay. So, but what I don't understand with right and left of fascism and then communism.
Yeah.
It's still like a dictator
Yes.
government, so
Yep.
it's the same in my eyes.
The big difference
So
is
how do you go right? How do you go left to like Stalin and then you go right to Hitler? I don't get that.
Okay.
It's the same way.
Yeah, but there's like one detail that's different is like both parties, the state is in control of everything, but in the left, they're control of they have complete ownership of everything. Means of production, real estate, everything is controlled on the left, and everyone owns everything in theory, which we know that's never worked like that. On the right, they have private business and a free market, but the state has ultimate control over everything. So they can fix prices and they can acquire businesses as they see fit. So they have control, but if nothing is wrong, then the private businesses are allowed to operate and there's a free market. But
I just think my understanding of the spectrum just makes more sense.
With the anarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's just like anarchy could go. Anarchy is like it's just the absence of government.
Yeah.
So like you can't really. It's not it's hardly a political view. I think. Do you disagree?
Well, I mean, we all know how in Oregon what anarchy did.
Yeah, Oregon, Seattle. Oh yeah, it worked out great. Anarchy would like. It's funny. It's like okay, I just want to state my personal like political views. Can I do that?
Yeah.
And very generally speaking, right? Okay, free market.
Yep.
Great. That means like very little limitation on businesses as far as like pricing and stuff goes, but maybe like regulate environmental controls, like don't let them dump shit into the oceans, like stuff like that. But don't tell them they can't sell. Don't tell Jewel they can't sell flavored.
Yeah, that's
stuff like that, right? Small government. So the government does exist, and we need them to do certain things that are like it's national security. You do even tax collection to a certain point. Like you do need some tax. I'm on the point of like you do need some taxes to have a society that keeps moving.
Obviously,
right? Just for schools and roads and bridges and stuff like that, right? And like you still do need the hospitals, and I think hospitals should be allowed to be privately run hospitals, but also publicly funded hospitals, and you can choose whatever kind of care you want.
That's the thing. I think when you say free market, I think you should have the option of being able to be in OHIP, or not, and pay less tax.
And I agree.
I think you should be able to choose whether if you want to pay more tax, then you can get in.
I agree.
If you don't,
I actually had this long conversation with a really smart young man on my podcast one time about universal health care. And, if you look at, there's an article, it was from the National Post, whatever you think if they're legitimate or not. They did an article where they ran the numbers on countries that provide universal health care versus the United States and paying for private health care. And it's very close. You pay a little bit more money to have private health care. But where it really affects people in Canada is your tax bracket. Now, if I make $100,000 a year, right? I'm in a higher tax bracket, and
you'll lose like 30.
I'm paying about $13,000 into universal health care a year. That's where my 30 to 35% goes. In the United States, if you had private health care, it would cost you about $14,000. But you get better service, healthcare, all this other stuff, right?
I can go come in a vial and get paid.
And then I can also stop and say, well, I don't think I need insurance. I'm going to risk it and not paying insurance.
You should have the option to opt out.
But in universal healthcare, it doesn't. You can't have opt out. You can't opt out because it depends on everyone paying into it, right? And it only works because people like us that work and we make decent money and we work. It only works because we're paying into it, and these people down the road that don't work, they're not paying into it,
which is bullshit,
and they're taking from it.
Yeah,
and that's a big thing for me because I don't want to do my job. I don't want to work and go and kill myself in construction, and then just watch my money disappear. Yeah. But anyway, so small government pays for certain things, blah blah blah, whatever. I think regulation on private citizens should be low. So the government shouldn't be involved in my life. They shouldn't be involved in my children's life.
No.
They shouldn't tell me what I can and can't do. Obviously, there's crimes still.
I think what a lot of people should start doing more is keeping an eye on local governments.
I'm big on local government. Yeah, I'm big on local government. I believe in it.
Mayors and because they control the property tax, right? But that but not enough people. People just go to the big one and,
Yeah.
and don't really give a fuck about the other
Yeah.
one. But there's different levels, and you all.
I think more responsibilities should just be within your community
Yeah.
in your local
Yeah.
area, because like the government doesn't know what's best for 40 million people, but my community knows where the problems are in my
Yeah.
community, right?
Yeah, I
like
agree.
I can pinpoint all these things that are wrong with my community. You think the government of Canada knows even where I live?
Yeah.
No. So that's
So-
where the disconnect is too.
But then you get Rob Ford.
You know what though? Rob Ford did okay, no?
No, he cut costs for a lot of people, but he just. I was watching videos of him. He's fucking hilarious.
For people who don't know, Rob Ford was the former mayor of Toronto. His
Yeah.
brother is the premier of Ontario. Rob Ford died, but he was also a crackhead.
Yeah.
Well, he was the mayor of Toronto.
He was on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, he was on SNL. Like they did skits about him on SNL and shit.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty crazy. But he did crack, and like there's a photo of him with a crack pipe, right?
Yeah. A
But he
video.
Video,
a
and he's
video.
with the drug dealers in the one photo. They're all
Yeah.
like linked arms. But it's funny. It's like he still managed to be the mayor of Toronto.
Remember the video where he like pushed over that lady in the what would you call the council chamber?
Okay, no, I don't remember.
And
that.
he's like, he does a full on sprint and pushes her over like football.
just fucking dummied her or what?
Yeah, if you watch it, it's pretty jokes.
Oh man.
He's like, I'm so sorry. I don't know, man.
It's tough, man, because we're all at the end of the day. I think at least with the current state of things, like we're just gonna get fucked no matter what.
Yeah.
In different ways. I think.
And the only way to really like get not fucked is have a bunch of money
Yeah.
and where you can just pick up and go somewhere else.
I will say this: we've always, and this applies to most free countries, even. You get fucked, so we vote liberal. We get fucked.
Fucked.
This is. Let's look at the past.
I think
you vote liberal.
I think we haven't been more fucked ever.
That's where I'm going with this. Is like in
Like,
the
we're
past.
fucked.
All right, the liberals fucked us. They spent too much
Yeah.
money. Voted conservative him. Oh no, yeah, he got rid of the deficit, but healthcare is garbage.
Teachers should be paid more. Like,
and then it's like, okay, well, we need to spend more money on hospitals. Vote a liberal in.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, they spent too much money.
Yeah, I know.
That's been the cycle now, but now it's like
it's extreme.
now it's gone so far to the point where it's like, who can argue that this has been the norm? This is so far to one side now. Nobody can say, oh, this is just how it goes. No, this is like so far extreme now with Trudeau that
Yeah.
there's no way that this is not the liberals. That's not your dad's liberals.
No.
You know? We're so far to that it's like, okay, no, anything is actually better. Like now it's more genuine when we say,
Which I also think, in a way, see, Trudeau fucked up because in a way it's unified a lot of the country
it really has. Yeah. It's actually, and it's
with
fun.
one way of thinking.
I said this even with Trump and Biden is like they've pushed everyone, people that were centrists,
Yeah.
that were like almost apolitical. You've pushed them to one side, which at this point is the right. You've pushed people to vote conservative now
Yeah.
by a huge margin according
Yeah.
to current polls. Like you fucking hit them. They wouldn't have cared. In the old days, they wouldn't have cared about the politics. But you fucking hit them in the face so many times. And it's like, okay, you are my enemy. You've become my enemy. Who's your enemy? Oh, okay, I'm joining them.
The enemy of my enemy
Is my friend.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what they've done. And that's just kind of the same thing that, it's kind of the thing that,
Same as Biden. Biden shot himself in the foot. Like, he just made Trump, like, and you know what's interesting now is so many more people that I meet are Trump supporters.
I know, it's
Before,
insane, bro.
it was like, you wanted to keep your mouth
Yeah,
shut.
yeah.
Now it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
I know.
So many people are conservative now. They've gone super right.
Yep.
And like this liberal Democrat governments, they just fucked themselves. They shot themselves in the foot. And
What really killed like the liberal governments in the West like recently is more or less the woke shit though.
Yeah.
Like the cancel.
Yeah,
the,
cancel culture.
They're trying to shut down speech.
Yeah.
People weren't even really caring about the money they were wasting. They only cared about like, okay, we're tired of seeing LGBTQ plus stuff within the government. We're tired of seeing all this stuff. That's really where they fuck themselves,
dude. Like, and they like with the news.
Yeah.
How Instagram and Facebook, you can't even look at the news
in Canada. Yeah.
What are they trying?
It's
like,
wild,
do
bro.
they like have a brain?
And I like try to tell people, I'm like, this is like unprecedentedly scary for Canada.
Yeah.
Like when we were kids,
this hasn't happened before.
This never happened. When we were kids, like,
and
this is such a free, beautiful
Canada
place.
was always their peacekeepers.
Yeah.
You know, freedom fighters.
Yeah. And they've like, it's just gone to the point where it's like, how much damage can you do before you go out?
That's what it is.
And
it's
like,
I got a year left. Let's fuck it.
Fuck these people. It's so bad.
Let's spend a $500,000 vacation next year. Like, we're just gonna go out with a bang.
In the name of what?
But then here's the thing. Even like, first off, if he does get reelected, it's rigged.
If he gets listen, like, we're saying it now.
It's rigged, and there will be a civil war, guaranteed.
If Justin Trudeau wins the 2025 election, rigged. Right? That's very fair to say.
Fair. I don't even know how he won the last one, to be honest.
I don't, because the coalition.
I think it was the there was mail-in voting. Because it was during COVID too.
Mm-hmm. I don't know anything about that. I won't speak on it, but I can say very confidently that if the next election the Liberal government wins, especially with Justin Trudeau in the helm, all hell is going to break out.
Yeah, it's
January 6th, part 2.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy, bro, because, like, again, I don't support any of these politicians, but the amount of negative...
I support Donald.
I don't support Donald.
I do.
I don't support them because they're all fucking us. But the amount of negative energy towards Justin Trudeau, I've never seen it. Even, you know what? More people, think about this. More people hate Justin Trudeau than all the liberals that hated Donald Trump.
Yeah.
There was more hate for Justin Trudeau, who was just like a, because we'll say like Trump is like this polarizing character that you can either love him or hate him.
The thing is, though, he got like last election, he got 71 million people voted for him.
He got a lot. Yeah, he actually won the popular vote.
You could say,
right?
Like, how do you say, oh, I hate this guy when half your country likes him?
Yeah, and at least 70% of Canada hates Trudeau.
Yeah, I'd say a little more maybe.
But you know what's unfortunate? Like, this is why I don't really like. People are going to Trump as a reaction, like we just said, as a reaction to what all this stuff that the left has done.
Yeah.
I think. Listen, if we're talking about Republicans, who's a better choice? I think DeSantis is a much better choice than Trump, the governor of Florida.
Yeah.
I think he's younger and he's got a better head on his shoulders. I think he's better. He would be a better choice than Trump.
The thing is,
similar politics.
They were fighting because DeSantis' home state is Florida, and so is Trump's now. And Trump was saying, "Stay here in Florida." But I could totally. Here's what I could see. I could see Trump bringing DeSantis as his vice president.
Yeah, I think they're both. I
hope he brings Tucker.
I think DeSantis is his politics are actually just better. Like he knows more. He's got a better concept of how because he's been a governor. The
thing is I think Trump's better with like talking to world leaders though.
I don't know if that's really
place.
I don't know. I think DeSantis would be good at that too, though.
I don't know
because he's not a sit down kind of guy. He's got the same almost strong demeanor as Trump, right? Like he doesn't give a fuck, but he knows more about how the system works than Trump.
But what Trump has over DeSantis is DeSantis needs money.
Yeah, he takes lobby. He's got the lobbyists. Yeah, I give you that. That's the one thing I've always given Trump for is he doesn't take the lobbyist money. No. That's his only positive because
and he didn't give himself a salary either. He didn't pay himself the $400,000 a year for president.
But to me, that's a small gesture because you have $8 billion. Like for me, I don't. Whatever. If you didn't take $400,000, whatever.
It's good.
That's like me not taking $20. Oh yeah, I'm good. What a hero. Yeah.
Yeah, but 400 times 4. What's that?
1,200,000. That's fuck all when you have 80-story building in New York City. Like, it's not, but I don't know. I try not to support any of them too much. And you know what's funny is, like, I actually there's certain politicians that I think their personality I can get behind and they seem genuine. I just don't agree with their politics. Right?
I could get behind Pierre.
I like Pierre's politics. I don't know about him.
I think he's a straight shooter.
Pierre. You know who I actually liked as I seemed genuine as a person, and I don't agree with their politics in America, was Andrew Yang. He's
Andrew Yang?
He's a Democrat. He's like the dude pushing universal basic income, which I don't agree with. I actually think it's an awful idea. I think welfare.
That's Cuba.
It's you get paid $1,500 a month or whatever every month, no matter what.
Yeah.
But I think Andrew Yang was he genuinely wanted people to succeed, and he wanted the country to do well. You know, who's another one I actually think would be better than Trump? Vivek. That's Indian dude that he's a Republican.
He was never gonna win.
He was never gonna win, but I think he's a better option
than Trump.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's like younger. He's not. Thing with Trump is like Trump just like says a bunch of shit, and like it's like, okay, well, yeah, you said a bunch of shit, but like
but he got shit done.
He got some things done.
He loves
but, like,
the stock market.
I don't think he did. I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head right now. I'd have to see numbers, but it's like he did whatever.
First sitting president to scare the North Korean leader so bad, and he steps foot into North Korea. Like he was.
Yeah, I think stuff like that is cool.
He's a good like wall. Like people don't want to cross him because he'll say I'll fuck you up. Like he's a good deterrent. I think he was the best nuclear deterrent.
I could argue that he's also the worst. Because he's like poking the fucking bear, right? Oh, fuck you, Kim, you little rocket piece of shit.
Little rocket man. I'll fuck you up, yeah.
I don't know. But anyways, we're gonna have to wrap this up here. We're at an hour and a half.
All right.
But that was a great discussion.
It was.
I like to play devil's advocate a lot too. I think it makes for a better discussion because I can
it gets you thinking.
I'm not so in my own beliefs that I can't like defend someone else's things too, right? Mm-hmm. I can make arguments. Everything you can make an argument for everything. Everything you can make an argument for has some good.
Yeah.
But anyways. Alrighty, guys, this has been episode number 36. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about it. And this is my boy Dev Laughs. Check him out. One half of Raised by Comedy. And till next time, guys, I'm Davey on everything. You guys have yourself a great day.
Peace out, yo.
Work hard, I'm changing my bracket. Talk tough, we ain't hear that racket. Guys came in, you know how to stack it. Don't take it wrong, but I'ma need my ends though. I got tigers on my chest like Kenzo. Rail came, yeah, he putting that Benz though. Carol's here, man, you know he stay 10 toes. Big dog, man, you know I ain't worried. Bent up, so I'm talking real slurry. Got a blast, bro, I'm always in a hurry. Big Drake, shooting dirty like Curry. Take a yerky, ain't know he stay passed up. You don't catch him late night, do you ass up? No, real, how to put an E-class up. They like, X nigga, how you take the fast ride? 2018, it was me and Big